correctly. David Heap is a teacher, researcher in French studies and linguistics, affiliate faculty with gender, sexuality, and women's studies at Western. David is co-chair of the London chapter of the Council of Canadians. He participates in the Political Action Committee of the London District Labour Council and organizes the Faculty for Palestine, the Canadian Boat to Gaza, Freedom Flotilla Coalition, as well as People for Peace in London. David, thank you so much for all you do, and let's hear.
Unlike my friends, I didn't bring notes, which is dangerous. It's an occupational hazard of my workplace that people like me talk too much when you give us a mic, but I will be brief. How do we pay for the hospitals that Jeff has, and all the healthcare workers to make them work that Jeff was talking about? How do we pay for the Canada we want that's on the table in front of you? A lot of folks are talking about a current president in the country south of us. I would like to cast mine back long before my time. Few of you will remember in the early 1950s, Eisenhower made a very important speech when he said that every gun, every bullet, every warplane, every warship is ultimately theft from those who hunger and who are not fed, those who are cold and are not housed, and those who are unclothed, and those who need the services. That was true then, and he actually had the equation: so many houses per warship, so many hospitals per warship. The equation have just gotten more and more obscene over the years. The drums are beating now, have been for years, to raise Canada's military spending to 2% of GDP. And of course, a terrible idea already, but now politicians are getting on board saying, we're going to get there, we're going to get there. And of course, the goalpost moves, and the Orange Menace says, no, it should be 5%, with his usual ridiculous bluffing tactics. All of this rhetoric is designed to make our ruling elites fall in line with the agenda of the arms merchants, because that industry is one of the most profitable sectors, besides the financial sector, which produces nothing, the most profitable sector, because they produce stuff that's only there to kill and harm people. There's a quote that keeps going across the screen here. If we have money to kill people, from Tommy Douglas, right? If we have money to kill people, we can find money to help people. But we can't do both, friends. The economy, like everything else in life, is a matter of choices. If we accept that bully tactic that says 1.5%, 2.5%, 3%, 5% of GDP has to go to death machines and death industries, we cannot make the choices for the Canada that we want. What's on the sheet in front of you, what Jeff and others have been talking about. We won't have the resources for the green retrofit. We won't have the resources for all the important jobs that Tina was talking about. So these are choices, and we cannot accept the bully tactics which say constantly raise military spending. As an alternative, because I sit on a political action committee and a labor council, yes, there are a lot of jobs in what are called the arms industries. Since I was in high school, it was a number of decades ago, it had already been proven by the American Machinists Union that funding arms contracts is the least efficient way of expending national funding, government funding, bar none, if you're looking at jobs. Because when you spend on that, it goes away to the military. When you spend on anything else, it creates something that's used in the community. Our factories that are producing death machines, whether they're going to Saudi to kill Yemenis or Bahrainis or other Saudis, or to any other customer, they're not being used in our communities. Those same factories used to produce heavy transport equipment that was used to make this country run. If we're going to have a green transformation, we have to make the choice to say, that factory, those factories that were retooled for the arms industry, it is our collective responsibility. It's not the responsibility only of the workers who work there or the unions that represent them. It's our collective responsibility to fund retooling them for the green transition that this country needs. So we've got a choice, folks. Weapons or windmills. I know what choice mine is. Is it transport or is it tanks? My choice is for the transport. My choice is for the midfield. My choice is to radically decrease the funding and demand politicians face that choice. Are you going to fund human needs, or are you going to fund the killing of humans? Yes. That's the choice that we have to put to politicians. Thank you.
Just taken back by the need. We come from the country and we come from the city. Play us on the record, you can play us on the CD. All the shit you're giving us is fertilizer. This things that you can, you can never go in this. A corporation, you can never globalize it. Like the tall shit, legalize it. Words and poison, the bass and the treble. Rumbling the speakers in and make you want to rebel. Throw your hands up, take it to another level. And you never ever make it, you know what the devil shall fight.
David Heap.
Come on, come on. What? Revolution never saves money. Revolution never costs you the water.
Well, I know. We just suggest no, sorry. Up to work for free. Oh, gosh. I was gonna do some trainings anyways. Didn't
So after we talk to Dave back here,